Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. For today's review, we're taking a look at Pan and Gill from Dragon Ball GT. Again, this was a figure I wasn't going to pre-order, but it does come with the Goku face. That's like, one, it's from the Dokkan art, and then two, it's just like a really iconic pose of Pan, Goku, and then Trunks, Teen Trunks. So that's pretty cool. The front of the box just shows the figure, and then it has Pan on the front. Side shows a couple poses you can get the figure in, and then the back shows the accessories, the bonus part for Goku, and then some poses she can get into. So let's open this figure up and take a closer look. Alright, and here's Pan out of the packaging, and then she comes with, they say on the box name is Gill, which is probably the Japanese name, but I know him as Giru. He's a tiny guy. Like, if I can stand him up next to her, he's very small. This figure is interesting because, as you can see from the camera, like the plastic on her face and body is like really, really shiny. She could do with like a matte coat. And just a tiny figure like this gives me hope for them making, you know, Goten and Trunks Kid, which would be pretty cool, or make another Gotenks that's actually small. But all her like details are there. The shirt, the little chain that's on her pants, her bandana, and this back piece is soft. And her shoes and socks. Looks pretty cool. As a kid growing up, I didn't watch a ton of Dragon Ball GT, but, you know, playing the video games, you couldn't avoid the GT arc. And that was pretty cool. That's how I, like, came to know of it. So yeah, Pan wasn't my favorite character, but she is pretty cool sometimes. So getting into articulation, she looks up about this much, looks down about this much. Her hair is, like, kind of soft, but not soft enough to where it gets out of the way for her to look up even more. But I think that's pretty good. Then she can look side to side pretty easily and rotate all the way around. You can turn it all the way around as well. Then she's got a lot of head tilts. You can get some of that personality in there. Then for arms, they're up about this much. You can get the T-pose. And then she does have butterfly joints, so she can get her arms in, and her elbows kind of bent, but she can get her arms in, do about that much, which is good. And then from the back, it looks like that. It's good. She has a upper arm swivel, not a bicep swivel. And then she has one that's right below the bicep. And then even down here at her elbow, it swivels around, which can make it look kind of funky, so you have to make sure it's, you know, all in the right place. And then speaking of her arms, she does have a single joint that can get double jointed articulation. Well, I guess it's really just 90, but I still think that's good enough. You can also get her to do the para dance, I think that's what it's called, in the show. So they could all do that on your shelf if you want. And then for her hands, she's on like a really small ball hinge. And then the waist and upper torso section, she goes back about this much using both. Goes forward about this much. There's a little bit of a gap in the back, and then going back, there's a little bit of a gap up front. But the shadows hide it pretty well, and I think that the shirt comes down enough in the front that looks nice. And of course, she can turn all the way around. You can really get her into like whatever pose you feel like. I think she moves pretty well, which is pretty cool. So you could do whatever you really want with her. This piece for her pants is soft, so she can kick back about this much. Of course, you're gonna get that weird disjointedness because this is so small. And then the only thing about it is like she can move around, but she's kind of like finicky to pose because she has this, I don't know what to say about it. She's just kind of weird, like getting everything rotated properly. And then she can kick forward about this much, which looks good. She has that upper thigh swivel. Double jointed knees, which are surprisingly kind of like stiff. The knee looks fine. This is a different color plastic for the knee. She does not have a swivel right where the pants meet the socks, but her foot can go up about that much, go down a lot. And then she does have really nice ankle rocker, and then the bottom of her shoe is sculpted, and she does have toe articulation. And then her socks don't move either. And then the back of her bandana has no kind of articulation, so don't try to twist that, it will twist off. And then her splits, let's see. So So I think it has to do with this thigh swivel. So she can get out to the side about that much. And this chain isn't even hindering it. It's a soft plastic, but she can't kick out farther than that. So yeah, I mean, she's cool to play with, but some of the articulation I think just takes some time to get used to. And like getting her to stand in a basic neutral pose is pretty okay. Nothing difficult there. And then for Giru, he's got a little bit of articulation in his shoulders that lets his arms go up. And I think that's literally about it. Nothing else is happening here. Would have been cool if you could like take out this back piece and, I don't know, had like a rocket or something that he could have to fire or to show that he's like flying. But this is just a really tiny piece. But he's really nicely sculpted. I mean, he's got the clear piece over the painted red eye in the center, which is cool. Looks like Giru. No complaints. He'll just be standing there. He doesn't come with an individual stand or anything, so he's just basically standing there unless you have something small enough to hold him up. But yeah, that's their articulation and taking a look at their sculpts. Let's take a look at their accessories. So for accessories, Pan comes with 3 other faces. So she's got like an angry teeth gritted face. And she's got a yelling face. All these look really nice. You can see a little bit of the teeth right there on that one. And then she's got like a happy, excited face, which looks cute. I like that. And then she comes with that bonus accessory for Goku, which is this happy, smiling face. And this is really good. This definitely reminds me of GT Goku. This is nice. And then she also comes with 2 hands that have these key blasts in them. I think this is for her move Maiden Blast, but sometimes, I think sometimes it's yellow and sometimes it's red, so I'm not actually sure. But these are pretty cool that it's already just sculpted in her hands. Probably because it would be so small otherwise, and you probably risk breakage. And then she comes with a set of crossed arms, which is cool. And then she has a pair of splayed out hands. The gloves are nicely painted. And then she comes with a pair of like clawing martial arts hands, which are really nice. I think these are all molded in this blue plastic and then painted over with skin tone, which is fine as long as they, you know, there's no blue peeking through. And then she has a back bang part that's more flared out. And I want to say you literally can just pull this off. And you pull this off. This is on a straight peg. And then you put this on. And then you put her bandana back on. And now you have it to where it looks like it's flowing in the wind, which is pretty cool. I know they did the same thing with Super 17. So that's pretty cool. Okay. And then she has a flowing front bang piece, which when you take it off, you'll see that you can just take off her bangs as well and then swap these out. But this is really cool, really dynamic. I like that. And then for our final accessory, she comes with this little tiny backpack. It's really nicely sculpted. You got the silver buckle on there, really nicely painted. The other 2 silver buckles down there. And then you can just pull her arms back and slide this on. It's a pretty soft plastic, so I can't imagine, unless you're like really rough handing it, like you would break it. I'll try not to put it on her. Then when you go ahead and push her shoulders back together, move her hair out of the way, and now she's got her backpack on, which looks cool. It looks awesome. So yeah, that's all the accessories she comes with. I don't know what else I would give her besides like, I don't know, the Dragon Ball, a Dragon Radar. I have no clue. But I think all of these accessories are good enough for a GT Pan figure. I don't think we're gonna get another one, to be honest with you. Let's get into some size comparisons. So here she is standing next to a Tonsen Art Future Trunks, and then a Demoniacal Fit Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Again, if this Goku was shorter, I think that would be kind of weird. This is pretty cool because, like, I mean, I could imagine her reaching up to hold her grandpa's hand, and I think that scale works really nicely. And again, GT Trunks is really short, but I think the Future Trunks here looks pretty cool too. I always thought it was weird that he was like 23 in GT and really small when he was supposed to be like this big. But yeah, I think these all look good together, and they look good on the shelf. Then here she is standing next to a 2.0 Super Saiyan Full Power Son Goku, and then a 1.0 Vegeta. Again, just to demonstrate, I mean, if her hand's going up to hold his hand, and Tamashii Nation says this is the size she should be, then Goku's gonna have to reach out his hand to like grab hers, or be grabbing her like elbow right here. So that's why I like the Demoniacal Fit sizing. But I still think that they look good together on the shelf. And of course, Giru's always going to be tiny, so he can just float in the background. And then here they are standing next to a Jada Toys and Bison, and then a NECA Leonardo from the TMNT movie. And again, I think they look good. She looks like a kid. They scale pretty well with these guys, and Giru is once again very tiny. So for final thoughts, I think this figure is pretty cool. I definitely don't think Tamashii Nation should have charged as much as they did for it, but that's just premium Bandai for you. Again, I mean, her sculpt is great. I do wish they would have put a matte coat on her. She's very shiny. Giru doesn't have a lot of articulation. So, I mean, if you pre-ordered them, great. You'll finish your main core GT roster. I hope they make Oob, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and Vegeta, you know, fused together to make Gogeta. Hope they make all the Shadow Dragons. Hope they make Baby at least. Even a Grade 8 Baby would be pretty cool, even though I didn't buy the other Grade Apes. But again, I mean, it's a cool figure for your collection, and then if you want her to be standing next to GT Goku and Vegeta on your shelf, you can definitely make that happen now. So yeah, let me know what you guys think if you pre-ordered her, if you can't wait to get her and put her on the shelf, or if you wish that Tamashii Nations didn't make this character at all, if you think it was kind of pointless. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day.